Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about the three different types of people in this world as per the Bhagavad Gita. In the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, no matter how much the world population is going to increase in the coming years, there are only going to be three different types of people in which we can categorize them based on their attitude, based on their desires, and most importantly, based on their true innate nature. And in Sanskrit, they are divided as Satvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. Now, in simple English and modern language, if we have to call it, it can be as simple as the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it is much more than just those simple words and how we define them in the modern world. Now, in this world where we say that there is going to be a force that is going to clean all the bad and just leave the good to live in a land of heaven, out of these three, who do you think is right and who do you think is wrong? Now, I know when I bring out the definition of the good, bad, and ugly, it is very easy to say that it is the good that is better and the ugly is always going to be the lower end of the funnel. But in reality, are all three bad, and does the Bhagavad Gita ask you to go beyond that? Now, when we take a look at the 14th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, there is an answer for that, and it says that when you're caught in either one of these characterizations, you become one among a crowd. Now, for us, the definition of one among a crowd in 2021 at the time of filming this video is entirely different. It is about how we can succeed and run a race that is so far out that no one would be able to catch us. But in reality, if you have an attitude which has a desire in one among the three that I just mentioned, then you're definitely a person who's one among the crowd, and let alone unique. You're not even a special individual in this planet. Here in the Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't mean by being in the category of good that you are actually really good in reality. The very foundation on these three different characterizations is because all three have one thing in common, and that is the feeling of insecurity. The reason the Bhagavad Gita says that insecurity is common is because three different people have three different desires. The first one, the good, and as they say in Sanskrit, the Satvic, they have a desire of building a reputation. They have a desire to be noble at all times. And at one particular juncture, if they are unable to perform a noble act, they get deeply hurt. They are not able to sleep, they are not able to move, they are not able to talk, they are not able to eat. Because for them, all they are bothered about is how the world responds for their noble acts. They are not doing a noble act in order to help the poor out of their misery, but they are performing one particular act so as it would increase or enhance their reputation in the society. But today we have a lot of people that fall in the next two categories of Rajasic and Tamasic. The Rajasic is nothing but the working class population of the entire world, or in some ways we can even call them as the business class of the society. They are the people who have an ambition, a desire to succeed, and place themselves in a society as a well-off family or as a well-off individual, no matter what. So the work is not for the passion or the joy of that particular profession, but just for the nature of how well they can be placed in the society, how well they can be respected in that industry, and more importantly, how much wealth they can amass from that particular field of work. Now we can make a very, very important argument here by saying nearly all of 7.8 billion people in the modern world have that sort of attitude. The moral high ground seems to be lost, but it is just about whether we win or whether we lose. Which brings me to the third and final character of human race in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is Tamasic, the most laziest and in the bottom half of the entire funnel of the human race. Because for them, They don't care about their future, they don't care about their well-being, they don't care about their surroundings, but as long as they are living a very sedentary life with no action whatsoever, they seem to be happy with. So these are on the lower end of the funnel, as I said earlier. But in all these three different types of people, you can see one important point is that all three get disappointed when they don't have a reason or a particular opportunity to satisfy their desires. If they go unsatisfied, or if something that doesn't go to plan happens in their life, something unexpected, then they get completely disturbed, they get carried away, they get depressed, and it leads to a sense of insecurity even while they are enjoying their life. So in all these three, it depends on your acts and it is not determined by your birth. And this is one of the defining moments in the Bhagavad Gita that coined the term of caste system in India. Based on your acts and based on your behavior and your nature as a human being, there was actually a particular distinction that was coined as caste. And nowadays, it has become quite different, but this in reality is what the three different types of people are, and how we overcome it depends on our individual strength. And as we go forward, we would see that in the upcoming episodes when we define each of these three people. And that's a wrap for this particular video and the first leg of the 14th chapter. And I would see you guys in the next episode. And of course, thank you for watching.